Hmm. Now, family, you know I like to keep you folks up to date of what's going on. Now, this is the case of Emmett Till. If you don't know who Emmett Till is the black kid of 40 years old who got kidnapped from his uncle's house and murdered because of some allegations against some other white lady. Now, this is 1955. Now, they're saying that the server will warrant for her to arrest her in 1955 for the kidnapping of Emmett Till. Now, I can give you a clip here. This clip here is for, I do not own the copyrights to the video, it's for promotional purpose only. But hopefully YouTube don't take it down because they have a tendency of putting things up there with any Caucasian. They want to take it down because they don't want you to know the truth. But hey, like I keep saying, folks, this is a crevice. All hidden lies have to come out. They cannot stop it. This is the sign of a crevice. All hidden truth have to surface. It cannot be stopped. So regardless of what they're trying to do, if they're trying to do it, if they're not trying to do it, if they're trying to strike, block, delete, the truth have to come out. Got to. This is the time for all hidden lies have to surface. This is a lady. She's about 80 years old now. And she's the one that get Emmett Till killed, kidnapped from his house, murdered and thrown in a lake. He was so deformed from the way they kill him that they couldn't even open the casket. That is so sad. So sad. And he did nothing. But anyway, like I said before, I say again, this video is for educational purpose only. I do not own the copyright to the video, but it's for educational purpose only. People have to know. You guys got to know. Apart from everything that's going on in the world, this you have to know. Here is what it looks like. And this is a clip. Here you go, folks.
That got Emmett Till killed when he was 14 years of age. Now, a warrant has been discovered that was never served on her in connection to that murder, which provides a legal avenue for her to actually finally be prosecuted. Carolyn Bryant Donham. Let's show a picture of Emmett Till and his mother. Okay? That's Mammy Till Bradley. I want you to remember that Emmett Till was 14 years of age when Carolyn Bryant decided to lie on him, create a mob justice atmosphere where two men connected to her kidnapped him and killed him. All right, let's get into it. Carolyn Bryant, then husband Roy Bryant, and his half-brother, J.W. Millam, on August 28, 1955, grabbed Till from his great-uncle's home, carried him away, and killed him. Both men are now deceased. A team searching a Mississippi courthouse, they searched the basement for evidence about the lynching of the black teenager Emmett Till, and they found an unserved warrant charging a white woman in his 1955 kidnapping. Now, this is important because this is an unserved warrant and a different element of the crime. This is not murder. This is kidnapping. It's a different dynamic of the initial crime that we know on record, all right? This unserved warrant was charging Miss Carolyn Bryant, a white woman, in his 1955 kidnapping, and relatives of the victim. They want authorities to finally arrest her nearly 70 years later. All right, so yeah, she's in her 80s, okay? All right, I don't give a damn that she's in her 80s. You have to remember, her privilege ran so deep that literally she had a kidnapping of a minor arrest warrant that got squashed. You know, no big deal. You're okay. She was free. You can't even have a warrant for a damn traffic ticket and remain free for 70 years. At some point, you have to answer for that traffic ticket. This woman had a warrant for her arrest for kidnapping a child. There's more.
No matter what.
A warrant for the arrest in her 80s, okay? All right, I don't give a damn that she's in her 80s. You have to remember, her privilege ran so deep that literally she had a kidnapping of a minor arrest warrant that got squashed. No big deal. You're okay. She was free. You can't even have a warrant for a damn traffic ticket and remain free for 70 years. At some point, you have to answer for that traffic ticket. This woman had a warrant for her arrest for kidnapping a child. There's more. A warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant, identified as Mrs. Roy Bryant in the warrant, was discovered last week by searchers inside a file folder that had been placed in a box. The Leflore County Circuit Clerk, Stockstill, told the Associated Press on Wednesday. So the documents are kept inside of boxes by decade, he said. But there was nothing else to indicate where the warrant dated August 29th, 1955 might have been. They narrowed it down between the 50s and 60s and got lucky, says Stockstill, who certified the warrant as absolutely 100% genuine. So let me tell you what's happening now. Remember your dates. August 28th, 1955. That's when the crime happened, okay? They have that on the record. August 29th, you literally have an arrest warrant for her. They knew what happened. All of them were aware of everything. Within 24 hours, they knew exactly what happened to this kid. There's an arrest warrant. Somebody decides to hide it, ignore it. Systematic bias, prejudice, racism, corruption, all taking place at one time, converging 1955 in the month of August, so that no justice can be served to the family of the 14-year-old who was killed. There's more. The search group included members of the Emmett Till Legacy Foundation and two of Till's relatives, cousin Deborah Watts, head of the foundation, and her daughter Terry Watts. Relatives want authorities to use the warrant to arrest Carolyn Bryant, who at the time of the slaying was married to one of the two white men, tried and acquitted just weeks after Till was abducted from a relative's home, killed and dumped into a river. Serve it and charge her, Terry Watts told the AP in an interview, and I stand with the family. Serve her, charge her, arrest her. Evidence indicates a woman, Carolyn Bryant, identified Till to the men who later killed him. The arrest warrant against Carolyn Bryant was publicized at the time, but the county sheriff told reporters he did not want to bother the woman since she had two young children to care for. Isn't that something? I didn't know that a sheriff could just ignore a felony warrant. I mean, this is a new thing. We learn new things about law enforcement every day as it relates to white people. We really do. So you can have a felony warrant for your arrest, and the sheriff can say, you know what? You got two children to raise, so we're going to just ignore the fact that you have a warrant for kidnapping a child that led to his murder. Now, in her 80s, and most recently living in North Carolina, Carolyn Bryant has not commented publicly on calls for her prosecution. But Terry Watts said the Till family believes the warrant accusing Carolyn Bryant of kidnapping amounts to new evidence. This is what the state of Mississippi needs to go ahead, she said. So let's go to the DA. Let me bring you to the DA, Dwayne Richardson. Now, Dwayne, he ain't gonna do a damn thing. I guarantee you that. So let's go to the office that would prosecute the case. So they have declined to comment on the warrant. Declined to comment, not even add words to it, but cited a December report about the Till case from the Justice Department that said no prosecution was possible. Now remember, the Justice Department said this under the old statute, not the new evidence presented to the DA's office. Contacted by the AP on Wednesday, the county sheriff, currently Ricky Banks, said, and I quote, "This is the first time I've known about a warrant." Banks, who was 7 years old when Till was killed, said, and I quote, "Nothing was said about a warrant when a former district attorney investigated the case 5 or 6 years ago. I will see if I can get a copy of the warrant and get with the DA and get their opinion on it." Well, let's just talk about it. I mean, listen, we need to have a conversation. Can we all pray together? There's more. If the warrant can still be served, according to the sheriff, he would have to then, what? If the warrant can be served, the sheriff needs to talk to law enforcement officers in the state where Carolyn Bryant resides. Once again, another conversation. So the sheriff has literally said, if it's a warrant that I can actually serve, if I can arrest her legally, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to the law enforcement officers in the state that she lives in, make sure it's okay. What in the hell? This is why many people don't like the police
or the
like
system,
the criminal justice system. Rightfully so. It takes this much. All of these conversations, even if it's legal for you to do, even if you're mandated by the warrant to do so, all of a sudden we need to have conversations rather than justice.
You know why? She have the complexion for the protection.
Okay, here's what the law says in Mississippi. Arrest warrants can go stale. So this is a stale arrest warrant. That is permissible due to the passage of time and changing circumstances.
But
and one from 1955 almost certainly wouldn't pass muster before a court, even if a sheriff agreed to serve it, said Ronald J. Reichlach, a law professor at the University of Mississippi. But this is a big one. With any new evidence, see why it's important that the kidnapping dynamic is part of it. With any new evidence, the original arrest warrant absolutely according to the professor's law, stepping stone
towards establishing a probable cause for a new
prosecution, a new arrest, a new indictment, according to the law professor. You think they're going to do something? No. Now let me remind everyone, there are war crimes, war criminals who committed those war crimes many, many decades ago.
And they get arrested, they get put in prison.
They go to jail.
Yep.
All right? This was a heinous crime against a child. There should be no grace allocated just because, hey guys, it happened a long time ago. Jessica, thoughts on this?
Yeah, we're already seeing this narrative get pushed that this was so long ago, you're digging up things from the past. This is not a double jeopardy scenario. Let's think.
Okay. You got the picture, folks. That's my update on Emmett Till. You know, sometimes when those people with that cost, the whole cost, read between the lines, the holy cost, read between the lines, went to Brazil and get those people that had those people back in the day in Germany, read between the lines, they arrest them and lock them up for war crimes. But now, because of the complexion for the protection, it's a different ballgame. But hey, we're going to keep on top of it. We're going to see exactly how it played out. Until then, folks, stay vigilant, stay aware, stay loving, stay kind, stay considerate, stay appreciative, love everything, don't hate, appreciate. Even the folks that doing what they're doing, don't hate them. They don't know any better. Just send love, keep it moving. I love you guys now. Peace out. One love.